You know what really grinds my gears?
Extended use over time.
Extended. What is that?
Like in transmissions, like the gears kind of get ground down over time just from extended use if they're not well maintained.
That would grind my gears if I had it.
Yeah.
No. Old people doing 50 sets of zero at the gym.
50 sets of zero, like they're just standing there?
No, they use the machine and then they do the most just half-assed reps on stuff.
They're fucking old people.
Okay, you don't gotta put it at the fucking maximum weight. That's why you're doing zero reps.
Who cares? Just let them work out.
When you're on the machine that I want.
You go to Planet Fitness. It says it's a judgment-free zone on the front door.
No, they ripped that off.
Oh, not at the one I go to.
Judgment full zone.
You're at Planet Judgment.
Yes.
That's it? You just don't like old people in the gym?
I don't like old people in general.
I mean, yeah, same. But, yeah, I feel like 30, everyone gets a bullet.
Coming close.
You're closer. By like 2 years.
11 months.
Oh, fuck, dude. There was something I was going to talk about, but I forgot what it was. Since we're talking about the gym, though, if anybody plays Teamfight Tactics, it's like mode in League of Legends. Have you ever heard of auto chess? Probably not. It was a mod in Warcraft where you just essentially you create a team from like a select batch that you get that's randomized, and then the other people that you're playing against create their teams, and then the teams fight each other. You don't actually do anything in the fight. You just make the team, prepare it, like equip them with items and shit, and then they fight. But I found this app called Team Fit Tactics, and what it does is
Teen Fit Tactics?
Team.
Oh, okay.
Is it links to your Riot account, so it pulls from Riot's API, and then it monitors your like workout tracking in your phone, and then any time that's overlapped between you playing TFT and working out, it logs it on like a leaderboard. And so I did that yesterday, because normally when I'm on the treadmill, it's like a warm-up cool-down thing. I'll do maybe 10-15 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's good. I performed too well in TFT, and I was on it for 35 minutes. And I was just fucking drenched and sweaty before I had even started my workout. But I'm going to keep doing it, because there's only like 200 people in the world that do this right now. So
you're trying to be the top.
I'm trying to be the top. I can get there. The pool is small enough. I can get there. But yeah, if anyone at home plays TFT and wants to go to the gym, just like hop on a treadmill, play a match, log it. The stupid thing about the fucking Apple Health app is I can't say like, oh yeah, I'm walking on a treadmill indoors, because I don't have an Apple Watch. Like, in order to add new workouts, it's like you have to have fucking AirPods with heartbeat sensors in them, which I didn't know they made that.
Yeah.
Or like an Apple Watch or some other sort of device that does the same thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're tracking me. Like, I clicked the walk outside and it tracked that fine, but I'm not outside. I'm not moving anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just on a treadmill. So just let me fucking say like I'm on a treadmill.
I think I'm coming to the end of my Apple Watch journey finally.
Yeah, they're shit. I don't like them.
I don't mind them. I mean, they're useful for discreetly reading messages, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But I think once this one kicks the can, and this one is several years old, I think it's like 6 years old at this point,
I'm
gonna probably just not get another one.
Yeah, I don't wear the watch that I wear as, well, I mean, I guess I kind of do, as like a fashion accessory. I do like having my watch to be able to check the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just super convenient. And when I had an Apple Watch, I was just annoyed with all the fucking notifications that would pop up.
That's why you got to do what I do.
What, just have no bitches?
Turn notifications off.
Yeah, that's true. But I like to be notified of things. I just don't like the notification on my wrist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was so I don't even know what happened. So back a couple watch cycles ago, I had updated my watch to a beta.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like an iPhone where if it fucks up, you can just like uninstall it. You have to like take it into a store to get uninstalled. So for a while, my watch was really fucked up. And so I was like, okay, I'm never doing that again. And on this watch, I didn't do it, but one of the updates they pushed last year was really, really bad for my watch. I don't know why. It was like a regular update, and it was draining my battery. Like I would literally like have to charge it like 3 times a day.
Damn.
And so there was a day where I woke up, watch was on 100%, went to the gym, and it died before I even got 20 minutes into my workout.
Yeah, that's another thing I hate is having to charge my watch.
Charging everything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
nowadays,
charging my phone, that's fine. The only things I really have to keep a charge on is like my phone and my headphones. Like those are the only two things.
Use wired headphones.
Yeah, I can't. I just don't like especially when I'm at the gym, I don't like the wire.
They are not falling out of my ears at the gym.
I've had that issue too, actually, which is why I wear the over ear ones instead of earbuds, and why I stopped using my AirPods is because like no matter what I do, no matter what like little tip or adapter I put in, I do like the whole fitness check for the AirPods and shit, they just don't stay in my ears. I got wet ears.
I think I'm slow. Yeah, that's why I don't use my over the ear headphones anymore. They broke. Supposed to be sweat proof, and I guess my sweat's not.
I don't know if mine are
different.
I don't know if mine are sweat proof or not, honestly, but
I just find
I do sweat in them a lot. What headphones did you have?
Beats Studio Pros, I think. Whatever the over the ear model for Beats is.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna look up right now if mine are sweat proof.
Well, that's the whole thing is AirPods are supposed to be workout proof. Like you're supposed to be able to wear them when you work out, and mine broke because of that. Like the fucking noise cancellation thing broke. And I'm like, okay, I don't need noise cancellation, but now it rattles in my ear when I use it. So I just don't use my AirPods anymore. I'm slowly regressing to analog stuff. Like I just refuse. Like when I buy a new car eventually in like 10 years, first off, I'm driving my current car until it explodes on me.
Yeah.
But like when I get a new car, so help me God, if there's not physical buttons in that car.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you saw Subaru just released like their new Outback, and it's like 100% touchscreen.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want that. I hate the fucking. I went to LA at the end of 2024 for a job interview. And I had to rent a car because I flew into Burbank, and they were like trying to give me like first off an SUV, and I was like, I need the smallest car that's not a Fiat that you can find. Like just give me a Toyota Corolla. They ended up giving me like a Kia something or other, and I get in and the fucking everything is touchscreen. There's no physical buttons in there, and then the shifter is a fucking like tiny little knob.
Yeah,
and it's
I hate those knob shifters.
We need to go back to when they were behind the steering wheel like that. Like I don't like non-physical buttons because it freezes once and then my heater's stuck on, and then I'm in a bad mood, and then I'm driving to HQ and driving that thing through the barriers into the CEO's office.
Haley has a new-ish model Subaru. I think hers is a 2120, somewhere in there. But yeah, her thing is like a 90% touchscreen. The only things that aren't touchscreen is the volume knob for the radio, and then able to control the like temperatures, like the up down buttons are still there, and then I guess the seat heaters, but and a shifter, but everything else is touchscreen. And there's so many times when she's like trying to hit something, or I'm trying to hit something on the screen and I have to press it like 5 times.
Because it's not, first off, it's a shitty screen.
Yeah, it's a bad screen. It's not coded well, so it like hangs, and then the multiple inputs will like buffer, and then once it finally like catches up, it'll just do the same input like 5 times, and then you're on the wrong thing, and then you have to go back.
Yeah.
Which I when I was looking for a new car, wanted one no screen, all buttons, because I don't think screens in cars are a good thing. Like, I think it's just a pain in the ass. But the car that we have is like 90%. Well, I mean, it's all buttons. You control everything with a button. There's no touch screen in it. There is a screen, but it's not a touch screen. The little knob to select things I've like come around on, and I've been like, okay, yeah, this is fine. But if I have to push a screen, I don't want that car.
No. So for work, without going too much in detail, we had to rent cars. And it was part of like a backup plan. And so when we didn't use those cars, we had to return those cars, and I got volunteered to return those cars. So they hand me the keys to this brand new like Ford Expedition. So it's like the biggest car you can think of, and it's like, okay. So I get in, and it's like, you know, the scene in Batman Begins where he's like in the tumbler, and it like takes his, like, he's like driving it, and he like goes into like the attack mode, and it like moves him, and he goes under the fucking seat, like automatically senses where you are and like tries to line you up with like the mirrors and everything. Instead,
so you
of just,
can't adjust the mirrors or anything.
You can, but the seat tries to adjust you first as to where the mirrors are versus adjusting the mirrors.
Interesting. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, and then the physical start button was not a button.
What is it?
It's like a you know how Apple has like the faux touch buttons on like their trackpads?
Yeah,
it's like one of those.
Cool.
So it's like a solid state button, and it just feels like you're pressing it.
Little drop of water, like I sneeze or something, and I get a boogie on that button, and my car's shutting off on the 80. Lovely.
Yeah. And then the fucking the gear shifter, there is no physical gear shifter. It's the touch screen.
Oh fuck.
So you just select the mode that you want to be in. And it's like, okay, so now I'm in this Ford Expedition. It's 4-wheel drive. So I'm, you know, off-roading in my Ford Expedition, and I accidentally like brace myself. And now my car's going in reverse down the rocks that I just climbed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't. I'm slowly regressing to analog. I don't even everyone like goes to meetings at my office with their laptop and like takes notes on their laptop, and I'm sitting there with a notebook, and they all look at me like really funny because I'm the youngest person there.
Yeah.
By like several years. And everyone there's like AI and note taking on laptops and everything's technology, and I'm like, guys, what if we used pencil and paper?
Yeah, there's like a psychological thing behind that too, where if you write it down rather than type it, it helps you remember it easier.
I don't like, I bought this thing for college, never used it once to take notes, just took notes on binder paper because it's just...
Yeah, I tried in like the brief time that I was in college taking notes on a laptop, and I honestly hated it. So I just ended up not taking notes.
I don't. I
just sat there and listened.
When I eventually start filmmaking, it's going to be great because I not to compare myself to Christopher Nolan, but I am kind of like Christopher Nolan in the way where it's like I don't want to involve technology that I don't need. Like if we got to do an explosion, it's got to be dynamite. Like I'm not doing a whole CGI.
You can get Tannerite off Amazon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if we're firing a gun, it's not going to be a fake gun. It's going to be a real gun.
Dude, okay, on the topic of explosions at work, I don't know where this comes from, but there's been an assortment of fireworks that have shown up at our warehouse.
Like in boxes or like blowing off?
Both. So...
Are you guys next to a firework depot?
No.
Okay.
Allegedly someone there has a connection, and so he can get like all the illegal shit, plus he makes his own, I haven't seen any of those.
We're gonna get knocks at our doors for this episode.
But dude, I said I would bring a bomb to the airport in one of the episodes, and nobody showed up.
Oh, they're sending ice to the airports tomorrow.
I saw that, but yeah. So not only have these fireworks shown up, but this like $900 JBL speaker somebody brought. It's like one of the speakers at Ace of Spades, but on wheels with Bluetooth. Okay. And so we've just been going out into the warehouse, allegedly, and hooking up to the speaker, and I've been playing like Shoreline, SOB, like Suicide Boys, and then the rest of the people cue in whatever songs they want to in the mix, turning this shit up all the way, and so it's like hella fucking loud out there, and then allegedly setting off fireworks. It's like in this big old side yard.
Videos of this yet on anyone's social media.
Oh, well, yeah, that's how you get arrested. But no, yeah, I'm sure all of our neighbors at this new place fucking hate us. No one's come over and said anything yet.
Has the wolf gotten mad at it?
I don't know. I don't think he's been around. He took little steps into some wet concrete that just got poured.
Ooh.
And so one of the warehouse people had to re-pour that section real quick. But yeah, no, it's been great. There's been nothing to do, which is really concerning. There's like a multitude of reasons why I'm concerned about the security of my job right now. But aside from that, the big old speakers bumping music and setting off fireworks has been pretty fun.
Not how my job has been. We're doing a video that we were planning to shoot the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
And then last Wednesday they were like, JK, we're shooting it next Tuesday. And I was like, well, we have not started the PowerPoint that goes with this video. We have not coordinated anything with it. So in the past week, I've just thrown together a very public keynote that I'm giving on topics that I should be an expert on, but I'm not, because I don't work in like 90% of the departments that I'm covering. And they're using me to promote everything. And I was like, dude, they're going to think I'm like the face of this agency, and I'm not. Like, I'm going to be the spokesperson. So
who is meant to be watching this? Because I'm going to be honest, if
the general public,
yeah, no one's going to care.
You would be shocked. We had a couple thousand people watch the last one that we did.
Out of how many million people that live in California?
We did not advertise it well, and it was capped on Zoom. Now we're not doing it on Zoom. It's going to be a YouTube premiere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So I'm not looking forward to it.
Fuck, dude. What was I going to talk about earlier? I don't know. You got me going about... I don't know.
It'll come back to you.
It will eventually. Probably not.
I'm trying to think if anything else crazy happened to me this week.
Yeah, what'd you do over the last week?
But let me see.
My tattoo has been itchy as fuck.
Gotta do the little tap.
Oh, no, I've just been like ghost itching it.
Ghost itching it?
Yeah, I'll get like an inch above it and I'll go...
Oh, you just tap it like that.
Oh, no, I got fucking Aquaphor all over. I don't want to get that on my hands, because then I touch something else and then it's all slimy and sticky.
That's true. What have I done for the past week since we recorded? Almost killed myself like multiple times. Just, yeah, absolute awfulness at work, because it's all I do is work, unfortunately.
Oh, Haley was not excited. Okay, I did kind of exaggerate a little bit. I told her, I was like, hey, what are we doing April 4th? And then she was like, I don't know, why? I was like, I'm going to go drive a race car.
Well, you're not going to drive. You're going to be in the passenger seat.
But that's why I said okay. I exaggerated a little bit. But yeah, she was not excited about that, and I was very excited about it.
Well, I mean, if she's concerned, I've been in a crash with him before and I survived. Barely. My ankle was hurting for a couple of days because I got wedged between the door and the seat. But that's my own fault because I didn't keep my feet forward. But I also was not, for some reason, I thought that when you race on a track, turn left.
No.
And that's all you did. I didn't know
it's a NASCAR track.
I didn't know that this was the first time that I've seen a non-race car track. I thought the twisting and turning was meant for street racing. And so when we got there and the track dips and goes sideways and it's like a fucking speed racer event, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, but the only track where you only turn left is like a NASCAR like type oval track. The majority of races, I mean, I guess they are mostly left turns in the long run because you have to make a complete circuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's got rights, it's got lefts, it's got hairpins, it's got ups, downs. There was a 4-hour endurance event at the Nürburgring this last week.
Mm-hmm.
And that track specifically has this thing in it called a carousel. And it's a left-hand turn. The outer part of it is like flat, maybe tilted up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But the inner part of the carousel where you want to be to take the turn the fastest, because you don't have to like slow down or anything, is at like whatever degree angle that is, probably like 55 degrees.
Yeah.
And you have to be at the perfect speed for that, because if you're going too fast, you'll like pop out the top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of racetracks have lots of cool little like things on them.
Have you ever been to Sonoma?
Virtually. Like I've driven it in a sim rig.
Yeah.
But
so for context, Bodhi's going to be racing in Sean's dad's car because Sean's dad races cars. So
is he going for like? Is this just a track day, or is this like a race?
It's a track day.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I went, he had the Camaro. Mm-hmm. So this is a completely different car. I have only sat in this car. Mm-hmm. He now has a Corvette. I don't know what model, but it's the newest fucking one that looks like a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And it's I say it's Destiny colored because it's
was it like blue and orange?
It's the exact blue and orange of the Ghost, and then he wrapped it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's got like anime girls all over it.
No, I don't remember what. I think
fucking funny.
I think he put carbon fiber on it at one point. I don't know.
A carbon fiber wrap?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's disgusting because that's not real carbon fiber.
No, maybe that's Shelby's car. I don't know. He wrapped it with. I know he wrapped part of it with something for a specific reason. I don't remember what. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we went with the Camaro, which is considerably heavier than a Corvette because Camaros are fucking bricks.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You guys crash in a Corvette, that thing's totaled.
Yeah, no,
because it's fiberglass.
There's a good chance I'd die if we crash.
So when we went in the Camaro, I didn't. So I mean, I knew that he went fast, right? Like I understood that concept, but I didn't understand the G's of it all. Like,
oh yeah.
I get in the car. And he has the headrests are like not custom, but they're like concaved a little bit, so they kind of keep your head in place. And then he has his seat belts are obviously the cross hatches, mm-hmm. or it's basically like a fucking kid's child seat. It has the one in the crotch.
It's called the one in the crotch. That's I think a 3-point harness.
Yeah,
most of them use 4 points, but yeah, that's a 3-point.
I'm pretty sure it like crossed my waist, and then also like it was an X on my.
Oh, okay, so it probably was a 4-point.
Yeah, I was very secure. Mm-hmm. The seats are also in there pretty like concave themselves. Like you're in that seat. You're not comfortable. Yeah, so to speak.
Yeah.
So he goes around. We do it's not barely even a warm up lap, like a hey, drive around and taxi kind of lap.
Yeah, just check out the track conditions and shit like that.
So we did that, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And then I just, again, because this is like public racing, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how to describe. I mean, it's people with it's technically he sponsors himself with his own company. Yeah, but like it's not professional, so to speak. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to race and we're going to be going like 70, 80 miles an hour. No, we were hitting like 140. I mean, we were just, and when you go, there's like dips, and then you go up the dip and it's an immediate hairpin, and the G's were fucking taking me. I was getting so sick, and no one was like, hey, by the way, you get super car sick, you should take Dramamine. You're going to be out there for,
a good amount of time.
I mean, we crashed, but we were out there for, I think, probably only 20 minutes, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. It was like 4 or 5 laps. But I mean, we didn't crash to a point where we couldn't continue. That's the thing, is it was more of like cosmetic damage.
Yeah. A lot of professional racers will do like specific neck training where they have like pads on either side of their head, and then they have to like turn it, and it'll have like a couple 100 pounds of resistance on it.
Yeah,
it's so that when you're in those G's, you can still like turn your head and see where you're going, instead of like taking the turn and then like your head's going that way. It's to help you like fight against it.
That's another thing, is he stripped his car, his Camaro, he stripped it just of anything that he didn't need. Obviously, he doesn't have,
free up as much weight as possible,
right? So we're going, and I don't have a fucking death grip to grip onto, so I'm just sitting there like gripping the sides of the seats.
That's crazy that you did that, because you don't like roller coasters.
Well, I didn't. This is the whole thing, is Sean will lie to me to get me on things. so when I went, they didn't lie to me and tell me that they weren't going to go fast. I just like they put together that I didn't understand it and just didn't tell me. Like they put together that I was like misinterpreting the situation. Yeah. And they were just like, let's let him go. So and also no one told me that it was going to be like super fucking hot. So it's like, this was when we went, I want to say did
they put you in a fire suit when you did that?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Sean's dad was in I don't know if he was in a fire suit, but he was in
like a head to toe, like he was in a zip up thing.
Yeah, he was in like an actual thing. But when we went, it was like I don't want to. Maybe it was like beginning of spring, like this time of year, March, maybe end of February. But this was back a couple years ago, so it wasn't fucking hot at the time. Like in Sonoma, it was probably like 30 degrees that morning. Like I remember being able to see my breath. So I'm out there in a sweatshirt and jeans, or sweatshirt and pants, and they throw me in the car. And so I get out after crashing, and I'm just dripping sweat. Like it was bad.
Yeah, no, it is probably better to wear jeans and a hoodie if you're not gonna be in fucking a fire suit, than like pants and a t-shirt and a race car, even in the middle of summer. But no AC. They get fucking hot.
Yeah. And he has a GoPro, at least in the Camaro he did. I don't know how he souped up the Corvette. The Corvette is the loudest car I have ever heard in my life, and it has it's stock. Yeah, it's like stock, and
it's a midline engine instead of one up front, so there's no like firewall between you and the engine.
Yeah. I will say though, the way that the car's built is it kind of has a makeshift cage in it.
I mean, it should have an actual cage in it.
It probably does at this point, but because I saw it the day he got it, like it got delivered, and like a couple hours later I went to see it.
It got delivered? He didn't get it from a dealership?
Oh, no. He got it delivered to his house.
He went to fucking Corvette.com?
No, he went to see it, but they custom made it. Oh. They built the car for him.
Okay.
So, when you sit in it, the seats themselves are already concaved.
Yeah.
And down. So you're kind of sitting at like an angle up. The fucking center console's just like up here. So it goes like this. So it's like the lowest part of it's like probably at like your nipple.
Okay.
So you're already kind of in a cage, which is really cool. And then the fucking engine block is like right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a crazy. I know for a fact he's raced it since then, but I know he's put the tires on it, but that's I think the only modification that he's done to it.
I feel like if I had that kind of money, well, I don't feel like I know, and I wanted a race car, but this is just me personally. I would just build it myself over time.
Doesn't have that kind of mechanical skill, so he would just have to hire someone to build it for him.
Yeah, but you can learn as you go.
I don't think he's interested in doing that. I think he's just interested in.
He just wants to drive it.
He just wants to drive
that's
it.
Fair.
Yeah.
There's a skid pad out here in Sacramento. It's over by that like thing that you go over the rice fields when you're first getting in. It's like over there somewhere.
In Davis or in West Sac or in Woodland? Because there's two of them.
West Sac.
Okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere over there. I see clips of it on my TikTok all the time, but yeah, you can take whatever you want out there and go drift around on it. I was thinking about whenever I eventually get new tires,
take Joe's
going
Focus
out there with mine. And since my tires are pretty much bald anyway, I don't need like slicks to drift.
Yeah.
And I just go out there and spin around a bunch, get the rest of the tread off of them.
Keep them.
I don't have any place to store them.
No, it's true.
Or else I would. Old tires are fun to keep in case you ever want to do some dumb shit like that.
Maybe we'll drift my car next week at Black Rock.
Yeah,
it depends on how brittle the lake bed is at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to a desert. This is my first time going to like a desert.
Because the furthest you've been is Pyramid Lake, huh?
Yeah. This place is south of Reno, right?
No, north.
Oh, north?
North of Reno.
Well, I mean, I guess I've driven like halfway through north of Reno before, but I've never like been there and like done shit, you know?
Yeah, it's like halfway to Idaho. We're gonna get you a little too close to your family.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, this is an official desert that we're going to, but it's really cool. I'm telling you, it's really cool, and it's in the middle of like a valley, kind of almost, because of the mountains. So it's not as hot as you think it's going to be. Even when it's hot, it's not hot.
It's not going to be like 120 degrees.
It's not. I don't know. It's not going to be 120. I mean, Josh and I went out there like in like December, and it wasn't unbearable.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm still bringing my camel back.
No. You'll want to be completely covered. It's awful out there, but you're not going to be like.
Where is this place that we're supposed to hike? Because you said, oh yeah, it's got this good hiking trail, and then you sent a photo of just completely flat land.
So that's the lake bed. That is the actual desert, right on the left side of it. So basically it's just a street, right? So you go up, and if you're coming up, because you're coming up from south to north, and it's mirrored for anyone watching, coming up south to north, you turn right into Black Rock, you turn left into a mountain.
We're turning right
into Black Rock is where we would go to Black Rock, but you could just go into it's all BLM land, so you could just go out there and just do whatever.
Hey, Black Lives Matter. I've been saying that.
There is like no laws out there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill you and eat your bones.
Josh and I thought about going to buy when we were living in Reno, when we were living at the shitty apartment. We were thinking about buying a dirt bike and going out there, and then we kind of put it together that neither of us had a car that we could fit a dirt bike in, and we were like, well,
there are those tiny ass dirt bikes that are like, I'm not even kidding, this big.
We wanted not a big like bulky dirt bike, but like a real bike that could go pretty fast, because we wanted to learn how to like drift it and stuff like that.
Drift a bike? You can't drift a bike.
Like, you know, well, this is a good transition. You know how in the movie we just watched how they were like leaning?
Oh, yeah.
That, like take a hairpin turn in a bike. Like we wanted to fuck around with the bike.
Because if you're drifting a bike, you're on your side.
Yeah. No. Like
you're crashing.
Power sliding a bike, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of bikes and cars and racing, episode 58.
We've done it.
Mission Impossible 5.
We did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. Before we get started, if you are listening to this on, I'm getting so good at this, I'm gonna remember to do this every single time. If you are listening to this on a podcast app, leave us a starred rating and review. Written review helps people find us in the algorithm. If you're watching this on YouTube, where we are now up to 65 followers.
Damn, we fell off.
No, we've been going up.
I know, but slower.
Slower, but we're climbing. We gained 4 followers from last week's episode, so good. If you're watching this on YouTube, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all the jazz. YouTube video next week's going to be real fun.
Shirtless episode.
We're going to have a lot of feet in that episode, just like this movie.
Oh, yeah. We watched, what is it called? Rogue Nation?
Mission Impossible 5.
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation.
God damn, you would have thought Quentin Tarantino directed that movie.
I don't remember that many foot shots.
Every single time that the main woman is on screen, she is either barefoot or becoming barefoot.
They did an experimental shot with Tom Cruise's feet too. There was when he's fucking, they're slutting him out on the pole, and he has his fucking armpits out.
Yeah. Oh man, this one was directed by J.J. Abrams, but I honestly thought it was Tarantino. It wasn't?
No.
I saw J.J. Abrams on the thing.
He's a producer.
Oh.
That Bad Robot Company at the beginning, that's his company.
Abrams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. He's only a producer. He only directed one of these, and it was 3.
Oh,
this is the first one, believe it or not. This is the first one directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who was, I believe, like the stunt coordinator or something like that, or the stunt director, or he was some kind of producer and like actual like director on Ghost Protocol. And then Tom Cruise put him in charge for this movie, and now he has directed Rogue Nation, Fallout, and then Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning. So he directed the last 4. He's the only person to direct more than one.
Yeah.
So this is where they like find their stride, I think. They nailed down what everyone wants to be.
Yeah.
5 movies in.
Yeah, took them a little bit, but you know what? They got there.
This movie was released in 2015, I believe. Let's just go through the generic stuff through it. Should have had this up beforehand. This is not Ghost Protocol, right? This is
Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation. One of the things I noticed,
they're like a rogue nation.
They used the Justice League font.
I don't know what the Justice League font is.
I don't know what it's called, but it's the same font that the Justice League movie used.
Like the most recent one?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that Zack Snyder did. Yeah, this movie came out in 2015, directed by Christopher McQuarrie. All our usual players are back. Ethan Brandt, unfortunately. Benji, Luther, but we add into the mix Ilsa, who's played by Rebecca Ferguson, who plays the mom in Dune. You recognize her from anywhere? Yeah, she's the mom in Dune.
I was like looking at her, and she like had a familiar face.
Yeah,
but I just brushed that off as me thinking she was attractive.
She's also in the new Chris Pratt AI movie. It's not actually AI. It's a movie about it's a really, really bad movie. I haven't even watched it, but I'm going to, because it came out this year, and I'm trying to watch every in theater release this year.
That's crazy. So that means you need to watch the Chainsaw Man movie.
I do, yeah.
And you know nothing about any of that. Are you gonna watch season 1 of Chainsaw Man before you watch that?
No.
Okay. You need to watch the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, because that also came out this year. Are you going to watch the 4 seasons of Demon Slayer that lead up to this?
Nope.
All right.
I can be.
I mean, to be fair,
we went to see Halloween together, and that was my first Halloween movie.
Yeah, but those aren't really like, you don't need to know really what's going on for
but
a
I do.
Halloween
But my
movie.
point is, I do this a lot. Like Scream 5 was my first Scream movie.
The same thing with that. You're picking the worst movies to be examples.
No, I mean, this is the whole thing. Is a good.
This is like. So watching Infinity Castle is like going to watch Avengers Endgame and you just haven't seen anything leading up to it.
But I feel like I could tune into Avengers Endgame and be somewhat caught up. Like I could vibe with it. I think I could vibe with Avengers Endgame. I vibe with the MCU now without watching their dumb TV shows.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from them, but I will probably be going to see the new Spider-Man.
That's the whole thing. So people are saying, because Punisher's in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a scene, I don't know if you watched the trailer.
Yeah,
there's a scene where they're like, the ninjas are jumping up at him and he's jumping down, and there's like a big blank spot beneath Spider-Man. Like the way the picture is framed. Like it looks fine. Like it doesn't look like wrong. It just looks like something has been digitally edited out the way it's framed. And they did that with the other Spider-Man where it was the other two Spider-Men.
Yeah.
So people are speculating that it's that this new season of Daredevil that's coming out like in a couple weeks is going to direct, that ends conveniently right before the movie comes out, is going to lead into this new Spider-Man.
That makes sense. Because I was wondering why there were ninjas there, but I think Daredevil did like fight some type of ninja organization before, right?
If I forget what it's called because I'm not a big Marvel comic fan. But from what I understand, I think it's called the Hand or something like that. Mm-hmm. If those ninjas are part of that organization, that is a Daredevil villain that he is fighting.
Okay.
So people are like, oh, Daredevil's going to be new, which is fine. I don't care about that. But like, I'm not going to go watch seasons 1 through 3 of Daredevil on Netflix and then go watch seasons 1 and 2 of Daredevil on Disney Plus. I have no interest in it.
I mean, I liked the Daredevil show. I thought it was good.
I watched the first season. I thought it was good. I just don't like TV shows. I have a really hard time like sitting down and like committing to TV shows.
Yeah,
so,
I need to catch up on One Piece. I'm like 30 episodes from being caught up and it's starting up again soon.
But my point is that I go see movies all the time that I don't necessarily have like the background to, you know. If it's a good movie,
that's crazy. I would just be confused the whole fucking time.
I mean, I probably will be confused, but I can tell when a movie's good. Like, so here's a good example. I watched a movie the other day called Less Than Zero, which is a adaptation of a book by Bret Easton Ellis, who's the guy who wrote American Psycho. So it's another one of his books.
It smells like plants in here.
Practice.
No, it's like flowery.
Oh, that is not the Lego plants.
I don't know why I looked at that one.
So I watched the movie. Movie's really good, right? I go to leave a 4.5-star review on Letterboxd. I start reading the reviews. Everyone's like, this is the fucking worst adaptation I've ever seen of this. Like, why would they adapt the story like this? This is completely different from the book. And it's like, I don't know, man. The movie was good. Like, I can vibe with a good movie. So if the Demon Slayer and is it One Piece movie?
Chainsaw Man
movie are good, they're going to be good. I don't need to know everything that goes on.
They are good, but it's Demon Slayer, will I be
entertained or not?
Yeah, you'll be entertained by the Reze Arc movie. For the entertainment from the Demon Slayer movie, I think you need a lot of the context that comes before it, because it's
maybe I'll watch
a lot of like emotional weight that you just don't have.
Maybe I'll watch a YouTube video. We'll see. I have to get it on Plex first before I...
Yeah, just watch it. Whatever you do, watch those 2 movies in Japanese, please. Do not watch them in English.
Oh, I don't dub.
Okay.
I never dub.
Okay, good.
The only time I dubbed is when Nick uploaded a movie to Plex that was in Norwegian and it uploaded dubbed in French. So it was translating. This was the crazy part. So it was translating Norwegian to French, and then the
French to English subtitles.
The subtitles were pulling French to English, so it got the message behind the movie got lost. It was real bad.
That's so funny.
No, this started with Rebecca Ferguson. So the movie that I need to see is called Mercy, and it basically stars Chris Pratt. He's framed for a murder, and like the court that he goes to is an AI court, and so it's like this like movie about like an AI, and he has like 90 minutes to prove it. What is Rebecca Ferguson, who was the star of Dune and also Mission Impossible doing in this movie? And the answer is a paycheck.
I was about to say she had some free time.
The answer is a paycheck, right?
Oh man, I want to see Dune 3 too.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It does. I want to read all the Dune books too. There's like fucking 20 of them.
You only, for the 3 Dune movies, you only need to read Dune 1 and Dune 2.
Oh no, I'm not talking for the movies. I just want to read them.
So Sean has read most of them, I think. And if it's not written by Frank Herbert, you don't want to read it because his son started writing them, and apparently he just...
maybe that's where a lot of them come from. Because I saw a TikTok that was like, oh, here's like kind of each separate section of like the Dune series and like how to read them. And it was like, yeah, Dune, like Dune Messiah and like Dune Son of the Sand or some shit.
Yeah.
And then there's like one that talks about like the worms. And then there's one that like goes into some other kind of political faction.
Yeah, it's called like Children of Dune or something.
Yeah.
So from my knowledge, Dune 1 and Dune 2, the movies, were the first book.
Yeah.
And then Dune 3 is going to be the second book. I don't know the third book is... I don't think Paul is in the third book. I think that's why the movies are ending with 3.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's just why. But I know that the first 3 books are a good series of books for people who read that type of book. I can't judge. I've never read them. But I think after...
still. I need to finish it. I'm like 4 chapters in.
I think everything after that, though, they said is not great. This movie also stars Sean Harris, who's the villain. I don't remember his name.
It was Lane. Like Evil Benji.
Evil Benji, yeah. Sean Harris has been in a couple movies. One that I actually saw this week, The Green Knight. The Dave Patel movie. It's this movie about this guy who he's like the illegitimate son of, or the illegitimate nephew of a king of this country. That's like it's not like a specific country. It's an adaptation of like a King Arthur story. So he's like King Arthur's nephew essentially. And this like big giant like tree monster knight guy comes and like challenges the king, and the king's like, oh, I'm old, I can't fight. And so Dave Patel's like obsessed with being like great and wants to be like remembered for stuff. So he's like, I'll do it. So the movie is about like his journey to like fight this thing. It's a really like pretty movie, and it's really like weird. Like people thought it was going to win Best Picture, and probably it should have. But it was really, really good. He was also in my second favorite Alien movie, Prometheus.
Was he in Prometheus?
Let's see. He is...
I did see Prometheus.
Biffield.
Who the fuck is
I think
that?
He's one of the people that dies very early on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Prometheus. Prometheus and Alien Covenant are like 2 of my favorite movies of all time.
Dude, I got in trouble when I was younger for liking Prometheus.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's about God?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not how life on this earth was created.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a movie.
Ridley Scott is, yeah. The only other, well, I mean, I guess there is the whole Alec Baldwin conversation that we'll have to have eventually about this. They handed him a gun on set. That's a red flag.
A red flag, but very smart of them to hand him a dart gun and not a real gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is clairvoyant and was able to see into the future. Not able to affect it, but he knows Alec Baldwin shouldn't be trusted with a gun.
The only other casting thing in this that I really want to point out is the Prime Minister of England in this movie is the guy who plays what's his face in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Jack Sparrow.
The villain from the first movie.
Not Barbosa?
Not the villain. The British guy.
Oh, Norrington?
Norrington, yes.
Really?
That's Norrington, yeah.
God damn, he got old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is in 2015. Pirates of the Caribbean 3 was in 2011. So this is 4 years after the last film.
He got so old. Is that real?
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
Tom Hollander.
Tom Hollander.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Movies and shows.
He's also in The Morning Show, but you don't watch The Morning Show.
No. But goddamn, he looks so old. He was in the Kingsman?
He was
he in Kingsman? Or
oh, he's in the King's Man.
The King's Man.
Yeah, that's the prequel. That's the prequel.
Gotcha. I haven't seen that one.
It was bad.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it.
It was bad, unfortunately. I think he was Rasputin.
Oh, Valkyrie. Oh my god, I saw that movie fucking forever ago. That's another Tom Cruise movie you should watch.
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, those are the only castings. So this movie takes place 2015. The other one was in 2011, so a 4-year gap. That's not like crazy for a movie. But I think what I remember about the next one, Fallout, is that it is a direct sequel to this.
Okay.
So it involves Lane escaping again.
I mean, yeah, I want to talk about the end of the movie already, but
I mean, we can. Just spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen this 11-year-old movie.
Yeah, so I thought it ended very like anticlimactic.
Okay, we'll get into that with my rating, but that is one of the reasons I'm not going to give this movie 5.
Yeah,
I was prepared to, but in my mind, it lost steam after the car chase.
Yeah, it's like it. So the last movie and pretty much every movie before that we've watched, it's like Tom Cruise has to do something within a time limit, or else the world ends.
Right.
And this is like the final scene is him like fighting people and like rushing to get to the thing to stop the world from blowing up. And the way this movie ends is he's just like running away from a guy. And then it's like middle of the chase. You think there's going to be this huge fight between Tom Cruise and like the guy that's been kind of manipulating him the whole time. And then it's just like, boom, the guy's in a cage. And it's like, what? I was kind of disappointed with how it ended. I'm not going to lie.
Well, that's the whole thing is like they do, without spoiling it for you because you haven't seen it, that's kind of how Dead Reckoning ends as well. Not the exact same scenario, but it ends where it's like...
You expected more type shit?
Well, it's a part 1. And they advertise it as that way, right? And it's like, okay, I'm going into this movie knowing that there's a part 2 coming, so I can kind of forgive that. This was not advertised as a part 1, but it's very much a part 1 because it just goes right into the next movie. And that it's a shame because I think this movie has my favorite Mission Impossible sequence of all time in it, and it's the whole car chase scene. Like, until he crashes the motorcycle... Like the
one with the motorcycles, yeah. Like
it is my favorite Mission Impossible like chase sequence. Mainly for the gag of them drifting into Luther and Brandt. Like that's just the funniest thing for me.
Tom Cruise fresh from the grave, just whipping a car down tight ass Moroccan streets.
Yeah, yeah. So this follows it, but I feel like. We talked about Rogue Nation being kind of a pseudo reboot of the series.
This was Rogue Nation.
Sorry. Ghost Protocol.
Yes.
Being like kind of a pseudo reboot of the series, like a revitalization. And I think the tone was carried through. But I don't think that the story was ready for such a large storyline, if that makes sense. So like when you do a part 1, part 2, you kind of got to build up to it, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't just do a big grandiose story. And this was very much a part 1. And at this point, they really only had Ghost Protocol under their belt for what this new kind of era of Mission Impossible was going to be. And so it feels, I don't want to say unearned, but a little bit unearned for them to like
to do a part 1, part 2
so close to rebooting it. Like,
yeah, I can agree with that. I feel like this movie, I mean, I'll have to see the next one because I don't really remember it, but I feel like if the entire story was contained within this movie, I probably wouldn't be disappointed with the ending of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fallout, I think I think a lot of people consider Fallout to be the best one. So they stuck the landing eventually It was a very long gamble. It was very much an Ethan Hunt thing. Long gamble. But I just, looking at this movie in a vacuum, it put a lot of trust in the audience.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I do like that they did carry over. I mean, obviously they were going to carry over Benji and Luther. They're not going to get rid of them. But I do like, despite my feelings on Jeremy Renner, I do like that they carried Brant over from the last movie. I think that kind of gave them a segue into it, even though Brant is just mysteriously gone in the next one. But yeah, so this follows it, and we see Ethan kind of, I guess, I think this is the part that gets me, is he was proven right in Ghost Protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they wrapped everything up in Ghost, like, I understand the premise of like the IMF is like unaccountable and Ethan is reckless. Like I get that part of the argument, but the whole premise of them like of Huntley, is that Alec Baldwin's guy's name? God, where did he go? Did he just disappear off this cast list? I think it's Huntley. Where the hell did he go? Oh yeah, Hunley, not Huntley. The whole premise of Hunley's argument at the beginning is like that, like the events of Ghost Protocol were like a failure, that Ethan was wrong somehow.
Yeah.
But Ethan was right in Ghost Protocol. Like he was in the right to like do what he did.
I mean, I don't think he was arguing that. I think he was just saying he took too many chances.
But they're saying that the syndicate doesn't exist, and it's like they're not taking Ethan at his word for it. And it's like Ethan has just been right.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I also find it fucking hilarious that at the beginning, the director of the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States of America is talking about accountability. Like,
back to the era of unaccountability.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, one of the fucking things that got under my skin is that scene when they shoot the prime minister with the fucking truth serum, and he's like, you just set UK-US relations back to the Revolutionary War, as if there wasn't a war in 1812.
This is even worse than that.
Yeah, I don't think that I fully buy into the jumping off premise of this movie, is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
like I am fully on board with the unaccountability of it all. That is like, yes, I understand that. But the whole like, if your agent who has saved the world not once, not twice, not three times, but 4 times now, on screen 4 times, he's done more, but like on screen 4 times, is like, hey, remember how that event just happened back in Ghost Protocol where we were, you know, fucking disavowed wrongly? That's all connected to this larger thing where they're framing people and like causing disarray.
Yeah,
at least investigate it. Like, you don't have to be like, okay, do whatever you want, but like,
help
him investigate it.
I guess I can kind of understand the whole CIA director talking about the IMF is unaccountable. I think the original goal of Hunley was to just absorb the IMF, or at the very least their position, and get access to complete ghost operations, like a monopoly on them within the United States government.
As if the CIA couldn't just get that already.
Yeah,
which is so funny.
It does answer a very good question though that I've had throughout the duration of the Mission Impossible movies, is like, is the IMF just a subset of the CIA? Is it its own thing? Does the CIA not exist in this world and it's just the IMF instead?
They've explicitly stated it's part of DOD, but I believe that the CIA is also part of DOD. Or is it national intelligence? It's national intelligence, I think.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, it does kind of,
I mean, it's
clear up a thing to see them button heads.
They do that again in Fallout. That's another contentious thing, is Angela Bassett comes in and she's the director of the CIA. And Henry Cavill's character's in the CIA.
Ooh.
So
finally, the reload fist scene.
Big stunts in this movie. Two big stunts. I don't know. I mean, he probably did do the motorcycles himself.
I thought you said he did.
I'm gonna assume he did, but I think the two big stunts for the movie were
the plane
and then the drowning scene.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that they did not put him in like a centrifuge like that, but that was an actual tank that he was in.
Mm-hmm.
He actually like did a diving thing like that. That was actually him swimming around.
Yeah, not to be too nitpicky about anything, but you can't just put seawater on electronics.
No, they said it was fresh. They said it was desalinated water.
It's still water. Like, you can't do that. It's too ionic. It'll just carry any charge that any of the electrical shit could possibly emit at one point and fry the entire thing. Like, that's why you have to use like a mineral based water.
Distilled water or something like that?
No, not even distilled water. You need like a mineral based water.
Okay.
And liquid cooled systems.
Okay.
Like, I have a liquid cooled PC at home. I'm not just dumping sink water into it because that's not how it works.
Yeah, the new iPhones have liquid in it to cool it. Liquid cooling chambers. So
I thought it was vapor cooling.
Yes, but there's a liquid in it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how it. Don't ask me how it works. I don't. I don't own one, so I don't care. This was called What is this movie called again? Rogue Nation. Jesus Christ! I always want to type Ghost Protocol. These two, I just get confused. I want to look up some fun facts about this thing.
Oh, yeah. Also, something else that kind of bugged me is Jeremy Renner's character. What was his name? Brandt?
Mm-hmm.
The last movie, I gave him so much credit for Ethan Hunt just being able to, and then
this movie, that ability to recognize anyone is gone. Especially since, and the funny thing is that in the last movie, the guy that he did was like a Russian, like just like a municipal agent, like a rank and file union member agent, right?
Yeah.
This guy that they're looking for is like a former
ex-intelligence,
ex-British Allied intelligence, and he's high up too.
Yeah.
So he could have just been like, oh yeah, like everyone in the intelligence agency knows who that is.
Yeah.
Like,
he didn't recognize the girl either. She was also British intelligence. It's like, where did your brain go, Brant? Did it get taken with you in the snowplow?
Okay. So not only did Tom Cruise do the motorcycle scene, he also did the stunt driving for the car.
The one him and Benji are in? Yeah, no, I was watching that and I was like, okay, Tom Cruise is definitely driving this, and Simon Pegg is not acting. Like, these are his genuine reactions. So that's the whole thing.
So I'm reading this trivia right now and it says that Simon Pegg was actually in the car.
Yeah.
And that the stunt coordinator told Simon Pegg, Tom Cruise is going to do all the driving because we don't have a better driver than him. That's crazy. I
wonder if Tom Cruise is like stunt drove in any of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, did you hear about Star Wars?
No.
So they're letting the guy who did Deadpool and Wolverine direct a Star Wars movie. So
this is gonna be the worst fucking Star Wars movie.
Oh god, he posted a fucking like aura farming video. First off, Ron Levy, no.
I should not know what a director looks like. I'm going to stand on that.
So he posted like an aura farming video and it just flopped because everyone's like, dude, you made the Free Guy. Like
he made Free Guy as well?
Free Guy, yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah. He also made Night at the Museum.
Okay,
yeah. Well,
1 point in his favor.
I mean, it's not Dave Filoni, so
50 million in his unfavor.
So they're making a movie. I forget what the movie's called. I think it's called like Star Wars
Ghost Protocol.
It's called like Star Wars Starfighter or something like that. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to look it up. Ryan Gosling's in it. So there is hope. There is hope that the acting will be good. Because yeah.
No. The whole point about Star Wars, you're not supposed to have big names.
Yes, I understand that, but at least they're trying to salvage it, right?
They're trying to salvage it by bringing in the director of Deadpool and Wolverine.
I mean, yeah, it is called Star Wars Starfighter.
Is it?
Mia Goth is also in it.
I mean, I don't have anything against Mia Goth. She's a great actress, but just big name.
There is a lot of big names in this movie, but so this is the only synopsis on it is an original story set approximately 5 years after the events of episode 9. So it is it's like a fully new thing. It's a completely original thing. I have no idea what they're doing, but apparently on this set, they're filming a scene. Tom Cruise flies in on a helicopter, lands, and starts directing parts of the movie.
For the Star Wars Starfighter thing?
Yes.
That's so funny.
So we are getting a partially Tom Cruise directed Star Wars movie, and I am willing to bet when this movie comes out, I'm going to be able to pick out the part.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like some super intense starfighter chase.
It's going to rival the hallway scene in Rogue One.
Ooh, you think it's gonna be that good?
I think it's gonna be that. We're gonna be watching a modern day Star Wars movie, and there's gonna be a scene in it directed by Tom Cruise. It's going to at least comparatively be that good to the rest of the film.
That's so funny. Do you know if they asked him to like come, or did he just hear it was filming and he just popped in?
I know it was unplanned. And in my mind,
so he just pulls up in a helicopter and it's like, mind, hey, let me do some shit.
In my mind, he heard the words Star Wars, which is a really big like theater thing, you know, like it brings people to theaters. Then he heard Sean Levy and said, I have to intervene. I have to. Too bad he couldn't do that with Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that.
I told Sean I'd take him to see it.
I stopped watching The Mandalorian after season 2, I think.
Season 3 could have been an email, and this movie could have been a season. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. This is the first Mission Impossible film in which every member of Ethan Hunt's IMF team, official IMF team, because remember Ilsa is not part of IMF, is a veteran of at least one previous installment of the franchise.
Yeah, that is true. There were no like new agents.
This is the first time we get a cohesive thing. And I think this is also the first time that's how it is for the rest of the franchise, minus Haley Atwell's character, who comes in, I believe, in 7, and she's there in 8. But she's not an official member of the team until 8 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
She plays a character very similar to Rebecca Ferguson's character.
I want to talk about the gadgets in this movie.
I really liked the little fucking device that he used to shatter the glass into sand.
Yeah.
Not even like shards, but like sand.
Yeah, that was cool.
The record player.
The record player is so fucking funny. Like, this insane intelligence agency, like endless black budget. Your mission file is on a vinyl record, and then it just plays the audio. Like, you have this whole thing that when you lifted it up, it had a handprint scanner. Like, sure, put the record in there, but like, have it appear on the fucking player, the like cover on the vinyl player, instead of just playing in audio.
Oh, the fucking Kindle style laptop book that was the playbill.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, dude, that thing had a terrible frame rate on it. You could tell even in CGI they were having trouble doing that.
Oh yeah. Well, this might be why, because I'm reading this other one as you're talking. The film's plot was very difficult to develop, we could tell. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie admitted that the film did not have a complete script when it went into production. They just had the major action sequences planned out when they started filming. For instance, the underwater heist sequence was outlined from beginning to end, but what Benji was actually stealing was unknown while they were filming it.
That's so fucking funny.
Some scenes of important exposition were written while they were being filmed. Drew Pearce was originally hired to pen the script when the film was announced in 2013, but was replaced by Will Staples in 2014. Staples was then let go when production began in August, and Christopher McQuarrie took up writing duties while filming. Who's the director?
I love that. It's like, we got all the cool shit out the way, we'll just figure out how it fits in as we go.
That's kind of how I'm working. That's the thing. Like I have the thing that we're doing next week out in Blackrock. I have a vision. No script. We're just gonna vibe it.
Also, I love how Ethan Hunt, he's like rogue operative, disavowed. He doesn't have access to anything, but he has just the exact stuff that he needs always.
He always has there's like a secret layer that the IMF just is like, oh, we forgot about the fucking boat in London.
Yeah.
on the river.
This thing is
we forgot about the
be,
boat layer, guys.
This thing is supposed to be a safe house full of gadgets and gear and gizmos for like one of the most secretive agencies on the planet. And all you have to do to access it, cut the power to the lock and stick a screwdriver in the side of it, and it just pops open.
Oh, the fucking key thing that Benji uses where it shows the tumblers.
Yeah. Completely unnecessary to see the cylinders in there, but I mean, it looked cool, so that's all that matters.
Then he used the fucking hack thing to get into the weird locks that didn't have a tumbler mechanism behind the glass.
Yeah,
but like
it's
that
like
didn't
a completely
show anything.
Digital dial lock. It's like, what the fuck is the point?
That's how Subaru's moving.
No, yeah, and that little ring was just the exact fucking size of the lock. Yeah, it doesn't like grow or shrink or anything. The whole breaking in to steal a list sequence, though, just the exact same from Mission Impossible 1.
That's kind of like exactly
same
every
number
movie.
Of locks and everything. It's just like, I was watching that, or when they were first talking about it, I was like, come on, we've already done this.
They hint at it in the beginning too, when they're like, oh, he broke into Langley.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gadgets were interesting in this one. Not as cool, I think, as...
I think the little glove thing was sick. That shows your blood oxygen level.
The Apple Watches do that.
I know, but that looks cooler than an Apple Watch.
The fucking emo glove with the fingerless.
The fingerless glove, yeah, with the little LED bar on it.
Well, what got me was they were like, if metal enters this tube,
yeah,
you're gonna fucking die. And then he's wearing technology.
Yeah, if
there's no wires in there.
Yeah, the whole entire chip thing that he has to swap out has metallic components in it. Yes.
Okay. I just don't think, unfortunately, we're gonna get a gadget sequence as cool as the fucking projector thing in the Kremlin. Like, I think that's just the peak.
Dude, I also love all of the hidden guns in the opera sequence.
Oh yeah, the fucking saxophone gun.
Yeah, the flute gun, the fucking God, what was the second one?
It was like a hand railing.
Yeah, the railing. Yeah, and then the well, the third one was just a gun with some accessories on it, because the guy was a security guard and he takes out his baton and attaches it to the gun. Doesn't improve the barrel length on it or anything. And then he puts on sunglasses and then turns on the laser. Like, you can see a red laser without.
Well, that's the whole thing is the saxophone gun and the railing gun had, like, they weren't lasers, but they had the red dot.
Yeah.
And then for some reason they were like, and that's for a reason, obviously, because if you see a fucking red dot on yourself, you're gonna be like, oh god, I'm the prime minister, I'm about to get narked.
Yeah.
The fucking security guard's like, okay, we're gonna do this a very clunky way. We're gonna do this in the most obvious way possible.
Also, at that range with the Glock 19, I'm assuming he had good fucking luck, even with that laser.
Yeah. Okay, what are your like high points for this movie? Like, what are the things that like really just did it for you? Because I said mine was the chase scene. So
the chase scene was pretty good. I do like Tom Cruise stumbling around after he dies and gets brought back to life.
This is the first of 2 times that he drowns in the series. he drowns in the 9th one or the 8th one.
Yeah, it's not an impossible mission if Tom Cruise does not suffer at least 3 concussions throughout the course of it.
I think the difference in this really isn't a spoiler. The difference is in the 8th one, he plans to drown.
Oh,
he literally is like, I'm going to drown and you're going to have to revive me.
Okay.
So
what was my high point for this movie? I think my high point was the very subtle Halo 5 product placement.
Yeah.
When
Benji's very much me at work.
Benji's just playing Halo and then he opens the drawer, full box art for Halo 5 right there. He hits the Xbox button to turn off his controller.
I do like how...
I really don't know what my high point was for this. There wasn't anything I was really enamored with.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the cinematography of the stunts was pretty good. Like the chase scene, like the POVs on the motorcycle, I think were a lot more tight, so to speak. Like they weren't standard, chase angles. They were like actual POVs. It just kind of gave it a little bit more of, I mean, it's the reason why it's my favorite chase sequence in the whole. I do like how Luther was in a different outfit in every single scene.
Every scene it changed. He is wearing a different outfit. If Luther is not on screen for 2 seconds, he is changing his clothes. That was so fucking funny when I noticed that. I was like, what the fuck?
And he always has to have his stupid little hat on.
Yeah, his fucking fedora. He, like, when he pulled up, too, he didn't have any bags with him. Where is he getting those clothes from?
He had a bag when he got out of the helicopter.
Yeah, in fucking Virginia.
That's another thing. I love how the CIA headquarters is always like a sleek, like glass dome.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess a high point for me would be the opera scene.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was pretty good.
One thing I noticed, and this isn't, I mean, this is kind of, I guess, pure coincidence, because so when you're in an orchestra and you do a tuning note, what happens is the concert master, who's first chair violin, will tune their A string, right? And then they play an A, and then everyone plays an A, and they tune to that A. And what that does is it makes it so that if anyone's off key if anyone's off tune, everyone is off tune by that amount. So it like
sounds normal.
It sounds normal, right? The A and the way they do it is filmed the exact same way as they do it in Tenet at the very beginning. Opera sequence in Tenet. It's the same like A note, like the same length. It's the same like.
Okay.
It's like the same.
Yeah, I've never really been in an orchestra, so I wouldn't have caught that.
Yeah, when I was like, Chris Nolan watched this movie. I love turning on a movie and being like, Chris Nolan watched this movie.
Fuck, what else was I gonna say? I want to say it was something else with the opera, but I can't remember. What are you talking about?
I do like how they didn't.
Oh, yeah, no, the fucking Ilsa has the thickest fucking plot armor in the world.
That's okay. She's cool.
She is cool, but oh my god, like she betrayed the main syndicate dude like 4 times throughout the course of the movie, and then she kept just being like, it happens. And then he was like, I guess I'll give you one more chance.
I know that
one more chance, or I'll kill you.
I know that in a previous episode we talked about how I think that Tom Cruise could be a really good Green Lantern, like a Hal Jordan. But I do think that their Ilsa and Ethan's dynamic is very much like a Batman and Catwoman dynamic. Like it's very, very much like I need to do this on my own. And then you have the femme fatale who like can hold her own. That's what I like about Ilsa, is that she didn't rely on Ethan really to do anything.
Yeah.
Like he
kept trying to be like, let me help you, like we should work together on this, and then she was like, nah,
no, I'm good. Like the scene where she kills the bone doctor, they call me that.
The bone doctor. Yeah, I love that name for a character.
So just amazing. Just no oversight on that.
That is some fucking Hideo Kojima ass naming.
So she's fighting the bone doctor in like that little corridor, and she's losing. I mean, he slices her like 5 times.
Oh yeah, that was something I noticed. Yeah, they both cut each other a few times before Ilsa ends up winning. Not a single drop of blood on that knife. Oh, it is so shiny.
It's a rating thing.
I bet. Yeah,
it's a rating.
But so I was just like, come on.
I was thinking about doing an episode on the MPAA because it's just a completely unregulated board. Like it's like a ghost organization essentially, and it's super unfair and like they don't publicly disclose like what the criteria is for certain ratings.
Yeah.
So if you submit your movie and they're like, oh, it's R and you were going for PG-13, you have to just figure it out. And so I think one of the biggest things that like the movie industry has agreed on is that the thing that pushes something from a PG-13 to an R is not killing, it's the amount of blood involved in the killing. So if you notice, like,
Tom Cruise is the only person that bled in that whole movie.
You can see blood after the fact, but you can't see like a blood squirt.
Yeah.
Or it goes R. You can see a stabbing, but you can't see the blood on the knife, or that becomes R.
So crazy.
So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, my big high point for the movie was the chase scene. I think after the chase scene, it loses a lot of steam. And you know what's really funny is it loses a lot of steam because it wants to focus on the dynamic between Ilsa and Ethan, which I'm fine with, because during the chase scene, I was like, I completely forgot what Benji even was like, what this is even about. Like it's just such a low stakes thing to me.
Yeah.
Like it was not like at least in, well, I guess not one, but at least in like Ghost Protocol, it was a nuke, right? It was the end of the world. In this one, it's just like the Syndicate wants to continue existing and pulling strings.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like it's a really low stakes thing, and it got so convoluted that like I completely forgot really what the movie was about halfway through. But I was fine with it because the movie was being moved along by some really great performances and the dynamics between the characters. Like the characters themselves were so interesting and so well done that like it moved the plot along without me needing to remember like what was going on.
This was more like character movie than like some crazy big bad things gonna happen movie.
Right. And that's cool. Like I think it's really cool like watching the dynamics of a character. Like I saw Project Hail Mary yesterday. And it's a movie about the end of the world. I mean, it's pretty much like an Interstellar light almost thing. It's like, oh, the world's gonna, like the crops are gonna die.
It's like something with the sun being eaten.
Yeah. So that's like the background, right? The movie is a buddy movie between Ryan Gosling and a rock alien. And I liked it. Like, I mean, it was a really, like, it's like you wouldn't even know if you weren't paying attention that humanity was on the line.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's fine in a movie, but they like slowed down the movie after the chase scene to like focus on the relationship that was already being done really good. They didn't need to slow it down.
Yeah.
And that was really the only kind of thing for me that really knocked this movie, I think, is that it just like it hit the brakes with like 45 minutes left.
Yeah. And in a vacuum, I think this is quite possibly the worst one we've seen so far.
You think?
Yeah. Not to say it was a bad movie, but I just out of everything else we've seen, I think it's probably at the bottom of my list. But you saying that the next movie is like a direct tie-in to it and continues the story is making me put all of my like gripes on pause for right now.
I'm going to tell you right now, I had the same exact feeling about Dead Reckoning. When I watched these movies originally, everything up to Dead Reckoning was out, so I was able to watch it all on streaming. I thought the movies just got better except for 2. I didn't like 2 as much at first. I think 2 now is better than 1. So I think these movies just get better and better and better. I think they slowly refine it until the finale. And I personally, I'm calling it now, I don't think you're gonna like the last. But I like it. My point is when I saw Dead Reckoning, which is 7, I said, I actually don't think this was better than Fallout. I think that it falls behind this one. So I had it ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Or no, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 5. And then 8. But now that I look at 7 and 8, as a whole product, I'm like, okay, that's good. Like both were really good. And so looking at 5 and 6 as a finished product, it pays off. It's like a patience thing. But I think that's a tall order to ask when you don't advertise the movie that way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's also not like they didn't advertise it as a part 1, part 2, but this is also the first time in the series that they've done a part 1, part 2. Each movie that's led up to this has been its own like self-contained thing.
And that's what I'm saying is like, I mean, I'll say it. I think the Dark Knight series also suffered from the same thing. Is the Dark Knight Rises was a part 2 to the Dark Knight. Like it was the follow-up to it. And it relied very heavily on the events of the Dark Knight. And I think it suffered from it because the Dark Knight itself, in a vacuum,
beautifully
perfect movie.
Yeah.
Like so good. Just the definition of a perfect sequel. You don't need to understand what happened in Batman Begins to understand what happens in the Dark Knight, but it builds off of what happens in Batman Begins. And so if you did see it, you get a payoff. If you don't, you're not losing anything. And it just was done so well. But it kind of ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And it relies on the third movie to pick it up, but it was only the second movie in the series. So you're like, it's just, you have to kind of
you can watch The Dark Knight not having seen the first one, and it's perfect movie.
Yeah.
You watch Dark Knight Rises not seeing anything else, you're expecting a Batman movie, and at the beginning it's like
there's 47
no
minutes
Batman hasn't been here in forever. Yeah, like the first hour of the movie there's no Batman.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
And I think that's the thing with these movies is 1, 2, and 3 just were completely different movies.
Yeah.
Like it really was kind of like, you know how they reboot James Bond. It's not a reboot, but like, you know, they do a different James Bond and they all take on a different kind of tone and vibe.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 3, they were not the same vibes. Like it was the same character, Ethan, but it was very different movies. 4 and 5 rely on each other. But again, it's still a Brad Bird movie versus a Christopher McQuarrie movie, and it's still a very noticeable difference. But it's like you reboot the movie and then you immediately go into like a big thing, you know? And so it's a big swing, I think, to ask people. And it's kind of almost like what Marvel's doing now with Avengers is we haven't had an Avengers movie since 2019. And that was Endgame. That was like a big thing.
Yeah.
And now we're going into the biggest Marvel villain there is, Doctor Doom. And it's not just like, oh, Doctor Doom's the villain. They're adapting like one of the most like infamous comic runs of all time. Like it is, it's a series of comics. It's a gigantic story. And they haven't built up to that. It's just like they just have had all these like movies and shows and they're like, okay, now we're doing this. And I think that's kind of what this happened is they like did Ghost Protocol. They said, we know what we want this movie to be. We want this series to be this vibe, this kind of techie futuristic vibe. And now we're going to go into this big plot line that honestly goes until the end of the series, which is 8. And so I'm not saying that 7 and 8 are parts 3 and part 4 of this. It's not. It's a completely separate story. But like, it just feels unearned to do a part 1 and part 2 this early on in a rebooted version of this series, or like a refreshed version of this series.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine if they want to go from an episodic thing to a more like following story thing. But if they want to do that, I feel like there needs to be more indicators of it. Because, I mean, not that they didn't indicate. At the beginning of the movie, they were like, oh, yeah, you remember, like, the nuke from last time? And then, like, oh, yeah, these, the people that wanted those codes work for the Syndicate, and they're, like, here. And it's like, okay, they dropped, like, a couple little things in there to kind of remind you of previous events, which is perfectly fine. But I don't know. I feel like there needed to be more like
I
kind of uncovering or like
I think part
investigating in the story what happened in the previous movie.
Well, I think part of it is there was no real loose ends at the end of this movie. Like,
yeah,
I mean, what's his name? Lane was alive, but like he's arrested. Ethan has destroyed the list.
Yeah, I mean they kind of did they kind of did a Schrodinger's bad guy at the end, because they put him in this box, but they filled it with gas so you can't see him. And so the instant they put it in the back of the truck, I was like, oh, they're gonna go to get him, and he's gonna like do the stereotypical like cut a circle in the bottom of the truck and like escape.
That's not even what happens.
And then the movie just like ends there.
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh,
well
everything's all contained
in Fallout. It's a Joker thing, like from the Dark Knight, you know, when they're like on like the riverfront, and that's exactly what happens in Fallout. And so it's like again, all the loose ends besides Lane being dead were wrapped up. There was nothing left to do. Like he just would have gone on to his next mission. And so it's like they I guess in a sense they wanted their cake and to eat it too. They wanted to like bookend the movie, put a pin in it, it's done, but then also like continue this story to like push the narrative along. This you know, saga versus episode.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's take a look at box office and stuff like that. So, production budget was $150 million, which is this is a pretty good looking movie for only $150 million. I mean, say that now because throw shit money at stuff just to do it. I will say that the CGI in this, or the VFX, looked considerably better.
Yeah.
Than Ghost Protocol. They ironed that out, which is crazy considering that they planned the action sequences out but did not have a fully written script. And that's like the secret to good VFX, is like giving the VFX artist time but also knowing what you're doing, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I need a shot of the Kremlin exploding and this is the angle I need it from and this is how I need it to, like, knowing what you want versus
I forgot about that. And they showed the Kremlin like before and after
they showed
pictures.
Two completely different angles of it.
Well, not that, but like all that's left of the Kremlin was like this tiny little bit at the end. And then instead of rebuilding the Kremlin, the Russian government in this story decided to put a 4-lane highway where the Kremlin used to be. And I saw that shit and I was like, what the fuck?
It's because Ethan got framed for blowing it up. So the Russian government went to the UN, said, fine, but you have to let our road engineers build. You have to let our engineers build it. Yeah. So this movie had a production budget of $150 million. So it would have needed about 300 to break even. It earned anywhere estimated between 682 and 711 worldwide.
Not bad.
So this was a really high grossing thing. It had a lot of return on it.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, clearly because they greenlit the next one, you know.
Yeah.
So, okay.
What I wonder if, like, I know you said the whole MPAA thing with blood and all that, but I wonder if they also did the blood thing because of how popular Ghost Protocol was in China. They wanted to also release this in China.
Well, they'll
because China, I know, is super insane with their like what you can and can't show and shit. Like you can't show skeletons. You cannot show any blood, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have like some other things
they
about
just
like
shoot,
drugs, but
they'll just shoot different versions of the movie for that.
Yeah, but it's cheaper to not.
Yeah, it's cheap. Yeah. It's also the second a movie goes to R, it automatically grosses less, unfortunately, which is a shame because it's like, I think there's been movies where, and it, you know, action movies have done successful that are rated R, but I mean, really the only gamble in modern day that was taken was Oppenheimer.
That's not an action movie.
It's not, but it's an R-rated World War II biopic told non-linearly, and the studio let Christopher Nolan make an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
And it's like that should have not made money, yet it made it's close to $1 billion that you can get without making $1 billion. I mean, I think it made like 995 or something like that. Like it.
I mean, I don't
think it kissed $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I think with the second you attach Christopher Nolan's name to it, it doesn't matter what he makes.
That's the whole thing. Is I think
successful.
I think in this sense, Mission Impossible in 2015 was popular enough that they could have.
Yeah.
They could have.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when Rocksteady bit the bullet with Arkham Knight and just said, fuck it, rated M, you know, like it's popular enough that it's going to sell. Okay, let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. So I'll read you the consensus.
Okay.
And then we'll have you guess the critic versus audience. So consensus is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation continues the franchise's thrilling resurgence and proves that Tom Cruise remains an action star without an equal.
Okay. I'm going to say...
This is critic score. Remember, 0 to 100.
I'm going to say 65.
65?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think audience score?
Audience, I'm going to say 83.
Okay. Critic score was 94.
God damn, really?
Yeah. A lot of people like this one. This one in Fallout were insanely popular. I think this was probably the peak of Mission Impossible popularity.
This is the worst one.
Audience score?
I said 83.
You were so close. 87.
Oh.
So the audience liked it just a little bit less.
That's crazy.
I believe this was also a directorial debut for Christopher McQuarrie too, so that's pretty crazy. Compared to Ghost, let's just do a little bit of a comparison here because I have the other movies right here below it. Compared to Ghost Protocol, audience or critics liked it just about as much, 93 versus 94. Audiences liked this one a lot more than Ghost Protocol. They were 76 for Ghost Protocol, 84 for this one. Was it 84, 83? 87 for this one. So considerable amount more. Mission Impossible 3, they liked, both of them liked it way more. So this just, I think, exceeded people's expectations.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take a look at some reviews though on Letterboxd because this has a 3.8. This is actually really interesting. So, do you know how Letterboxd curves work or no?
No.
So each bar represents half a star.
Okay.
So the far right one is 5 stars. The far left one is half a star. This movie has a 3.8 on Letterboxd, but the disproportionate amount of reviews rate this at 4 stars. So
okay.
I'm assuming
that's why it's 0.8, not 0.2.
Yeah, it has a pretty normal curve, but the curve itself is skewed towards the right. But I'm assuming that there's a probably considerable amount of low ratings. So I'm assuming there's a lot of people who loved this movie or hated it. There's no real in-betweens here. Let's take a look. Let's do a 5-star review. See what we got going on here. Okay, here's a decent sized one. This one says it's 5-star. I love these movies, man. And the best part is I get to watch Fallout tomorrow. Okay, so this person's like still rewatching stuff. Anyways, it still holds up as it still holds up on at least my 5th watch, probably 6th or 7th actually. It's so funny and action packed. I love the scene when Benji yells at Ethan that he's his friend. There's so many little moments and lines that I just adore. To me, this is where we get our real cast: Ethan, Luther, Benji, and Ilsa. Those are the most important and best characters of the franchise to me. Also, now having watched the Bond films, I think this is the first Mission Impossible film that begins with a true Bond style cold open. Anyway, it's pretty unique amongst the Mission Impossible films to have best stunt be at the beginning, but it allows for one of the best endings in my opinion. I just love how it's more cerebral and plays into both Ethan as a character and his foil in Solomon Lane. So this person thinks that the juxtaposition was its strength. I don't agree with that. I don't think I need like a big...
When did Skyfall come out?
2014. So 1 year before this.
And they didn't have any of the plot really written until they started shooting.
This started filming the year it came out.
The year Skyfall came out?
Yeah. Next thing you're going to tell me is that you don't like Skyfall.
No, I do like Skyfall,
Okay.
but I mean, it's like what that guy said. They're Tom Cruise and the bad guy are like inverses of each other.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with James Bond and the other dude.
God, what was his name?
I don't remember his name either.
Yeah.
But
Javier
it's
Bardem.
like, yeah, it's like the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess it's not that original of an idea. You have a bad spy and then a good spy.
There's always a spy movie where it's just a rogue agent. But
yeah. I don't know. It's just convenient timing.
That's okay. People can do as many Skyfalls as they want as long as it's good, because Skyfall's such a good movie. Okay, here's a half star. This is a really long one, so get ready. The story, the dialogue, the whole premise is so poorly written that it ruins the movie. It fails where Ghost Protocol did too. So this person didn't like Ghost Protocol. And it is said in the opening scene, quote, IMF missions are successful based on luck, not skill. It removes all the tension when Ethan gets saved by plot armor all the time. It keeps all the other failures too. Too many one-liners, jokes where there shouldn't be any, poor character motivations, the list goes on. The stunts are there. The plane scene where Ethan hangs on the fuselage is really cool. The opera scene is a bit boring with bad fight scenes. Suddenly, Ethan only fights on a 2D plane. Jeremy Renner and the IT squad. Luther's not an IT squad.
Honestly, Luther, as cool as he is, that's all he ever does. Like, Benji goes out into the field and does shit. Luther is just on the phone.
Okay, well, Jeremy Renner and the IT squad serve as story exposition devices, perhaps for the best, because the dialogue scenes are so boring that you'd be forgiven when you need to be caught up to the plot. I will give it that you do lose the plot a lot in these. Rebecca Ferguson is this triple double agent and the mandatory sex appeal character for the posters. That was another thing. She showed up to the opera, not going to the opera, like just to do the assassination, but she showed up in like a full gown.
She had to break in from the front.
Why not just dress as a maintenance worker?
Because she had to break in from the front.
Okay. The getting out of the swimming pool, the turn around and take the shirt off and redressing in a car. Her acting is great too. The BSD is too bad the writing is not. It's just a typo. The bad guy Lane is such an idiot. He could kill Ethan at the very beginning of the movie and doesn't, presumably because he's the only one who can get the thingamabob from the big bull. Who cares? Meanwhile, the CIA is incompetent and chases their own agents instead of actual threats, mostly because of personal vendetta and biases. Okay, you cannot take away stars for a realistic depiction of the CIA.
Yeah.
Sorry, the CIA is incompetent and they do chase their own agents.
Yeah, that's true. But if you went up to the CIA and was like, hey, there's this secret terrorist organization in the Middle East, they would not be like, shut up, you're lying.
They would hit the war button.
Yeah. So I agree. There's a little bit inaccurate.
The whirlpool scene was cool. Too bad Ethan drowns and gets rescued at the last minute by the triple double agent in her underwear, because why not? Pants only slow you down. Real agents run around naked as much as possible. Alec Baldwin is a throwaway head of a department character. Should have kept Fishburne from Mission Impossible 3. Alec talks like and acts like he did on 30 Rock, not helping. The constant air of comedy in this movie already has too much. Hunt is the living manifestation of destiny, he says while drooling. A unique tool without equal, and he can beat Jesus if he wanted to, Alex states. Meanwhile, we only see Ethan flailing, almost dying twice, whirlpool and car, where he had to be saved. Beating the bad guy of the movie hinges on him using the serum and bulletproof glass mousetrap. He willingly jumps into the mousetrap after the B team shows up to push it shut, like a cringe IKEA project. And the nuke in a briefcase or rabbit's foot of this movie was a pile of cash and a contact list. It's also dumb. Don't waste your time. Yawn out of 10.
Interesting.
So this person just did not, I think, vibe with the movie. I don't think that they necessarily engaged with it in an honest way.
He's also so angry that there's a bad bitch on screen.
I know. Godfrey, fellas, is it gay
Like, I understand being the whole, like,
To be straight.
woman is there just to look pretty. But the woman was there, looked pretty, and, like, did shit throughout the movie.
Well, that's the whole thing is she was not this, like, damsel in distress.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't like this character who was like, I could do anything and then fails at everything, you know? She, like, actually, like... that's my thing is she was losing the fight to the Bone Smasher or whatever his name was.
Bone Daddy, Bone Saw,
Bone
Doctor,
Bone Smasher. I'm thinking of Caligula.
Oh fuck, that's what I wanted to say, dude. They got Clavicular to play like one of the fucking dudes in the opera. I forgot which one it was, but he was so fucking defined in his cheekbones. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, she was losing the fight to him and then, like, musters the, like, smarts to outsmart him in his fighting style.
Yeah.
So, like, it, you know, she was not this, like, helpless person. Like, Ethan did not have to save her multiple times. Ethan got saved by her more than he saved her.
Yeah.
So it's, like, you really can't knock that. I will allow the whole, like, I mean, again, she's a bad bitch, but, like, I if you want to complain about, like, oh, she's just eye candy, like the needless, like, swimsuit scenes, sure. If you want to complain about that, that's fine. But God forbid a woman be hot. Ethan was slutted out on screen.
Yeah.
They had him barefoot and tied up with his armpit showing. That's gay guy candy.
Honestly, I'm going to even defend the swimsuit thing. It wasn't needless. She was practicing her breath holding.
In a nice pool in Casablanca.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a 3.5 one. This is also a pretty long one, so this should be pretty nuanced. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation continues the streak started by Ghost Protocol as an assured entry in the franchise that's comfortably found its footing. This entry continues to strike a tight pace between duplicitous espionage suspense and action-packed sequences with real emphasis on the former that I really appreciate, as it keeps the tension and pace flowing between the more bombastic hooks most closely associated with the franchise. There's a gripping car-to-motorcycle chase, a decent underwear scene that offers fresh environmental inclusion, and a big...
What the fuck does that mean?
And the, quote, big stunt in this is Tom Cruise hanging off a plane, which was the only thing in this that I recognized from pop culture osmosis. This person's incredibly just fucking, up their own ass. Surprisingly, that scene comes right at the start of the film, which is a nice high bar to start without casting a huge shadow over everything else, the way that the Dubai segment in Ghost Protocol did, as the peak sequence landing squarely in the middle of the film. Again, I need to argue that the Dubai sequence was not the best sequence in the movie. The Kremlin.
I think they're talking about the best sequence, but yeah, the flashiness of the stunt.
Yes, I understand that. It still was not as cool as the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Similar to Ghost Protocol, having Ethan share the limelight as part of an actual team is one of the best decisions the franchise made, with Cruise, Simon Pegg, and Jeremy Renner returning alongside Bing Rames as mainstay as Luther Stickle, now officially part of the Quadrant. They don't have quite as much as they have had to do previously, but the chemistry between them is fantastic. Their camaraderie feels organic, developed, and even though the humor and dialogue isn't really my thing, save for Simon Pegg, of course, I do think the turn to serialized storytelling is for the best, as we get both plot and character carryover from Ghost Protocol that build out this world and cement the team dynamic. Despite this being different director with a slightly different style, there's an interconnectivity both tonally and narratively there between the two films, which I presume continues into the next few as Christopher McQuarrie becomes the go-to guy after the 4 previous entries were all handled by different writers and directors. But as our core recurring characters are, it's really Rebecca Ferguson who steals Rogue Nation as Ilsa Faust, an MI6 undercover operative whose skillfulness and tenaciousness matches that of Ethan's. From the jump, the two of them... sorry, I lost my spot. From the jump, the two of them have such a compelling dynamic as equals who are supposed to be at odds with one another, yet there's an immediate bond and trust between them that they never question, despite everyone around them saying otherwise, because they see so much in themselves in the other. Her name is Ilsa. They literally go to Casablanca. There's no way this is coincidence, but I also won't call them exclusively romantic. There's just a deep connection there as they both serve to fight the same purpose. This gave this entry a unique spark that others were missing. Ferguson handles her stunt work with the same kind of vigorous commitment and enthusiasm as Cruise. Her knife fight was stellar, so when they get together, the franchise is, in my opinion, at its most consistent best. The Vienna opera scene is right up there as one of my favorite sequences in the franchise, thus far along as the Langley heist in MI1 and the Dubai segment from Ghost Protocol. It's a brilliant blend of sound and tension, spectacularly as they quietly fight above the rafters while the theatrical music below plays. The allegiances and objectives of all these involved parties are called into question, so there's really no uncertainty as to where this scene is going to go. Not to mention the set and costume design for the sequence are just so deliciously sumptuous. Okay. For as commendable of a cast, Ferguson especially, as this is, and for as confident as McQuarrie's handling of these elaborate fights and suspense sequences, some similar issues persist across all entries in this franchise. For me personally, the plotting is both formulaic and incoherent to a lesser degree than some of the previous movies. Once again, Ethan Hunt has to go rogue to take down some villain, but credit where credit is due. This tendency of his at least is written in as a major plot conflict. Once again, there's no commanding antagonistic presence, though Lane is an improvement over the Ghost Protocol guy with a clearer cut motivation. Sean Harris is decent as the character, but his presence in the film never cuts through as anything all that threatening, the way that Philip Seymour Hoffman did in MI3, who I am coming to understand is the gold standard of villains in this franchise. Having said all that, I get the appeal, especially with Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol as the tried and true well-oiled blockbuster movies, with the form being my favorite up to this point in the series. That is true. I will say that Lane is like a completely unthreatening character. Like, they tried to play him as like this calm, calculated, correct, like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's no like big bad guy in this. They're just like trying to pocket watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck was with the Ilsa Casablanca thing?
I think the character from Casablanca, the main character from the Casablanca movie, is called, I've never seen. That's like a huge cinema blind spot for me. Yeah, the main woman in that is called Ilsa.
Oh,
Ilsa
gotcha.
Lund. Yeah. So I'll have to watch this from 1942. Didn't know that. Let's see what I originally I rated this movie 4 stars, I think, originally, and I'm inclined to bump it up half a star.
That's crazy.
I am inclined to bump it up, but I want to see what I said. Notice how Luther was back and such events did not transpire. Sean gave this movie a 3.
Yeah, I'm giving this one a 2.5.
You're giving it a 2.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at the bottom of my list.
Okay. I think this was still better than all the other ones. I'll give it a 4.5.
All right.
Yeah. That's it, I think.
That's it?
I don't have anything else for this movie. You have anything else for this movie?
No.
All right. What are your thoughts on Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? I had to think about it for a second.
Would you save me from drowning in your undies?
I would, yeah. It's going to be us next week at Pyramid Lake. Just a reminder, if you're listening on an app, podcast app, write a review, give us a starred rating. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe. Those come out every Thursday at 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, turn those fucking notifications on for YouTube videos, and I don't know if the podcast app has notifications when new things get posted.
The Apple one does. I don't know if Spotify does, but the Apple one does.
Wherever you can, turn on notifications, because next week we will have our first guest.
No, he's been on the show before.
Unless I fuck up the recording again,
yeah. Yeah, next week we're going to be coming to you live from Reno, Nevada.
We're coming to you live pre-recorded from Reno, Nevada.
Pre-recorded. Really cool episode next week. Got a good, very geographically pertinent story to tell you guys next week. I was going to do a story. I looked up, it's like 2 a.m. last Saturday. I was like, I'm going to do the craziest stories ever told in Reno. Like, just the craziest shit that's ever happened in Reno. A lot of murders.
Just gambling debt.
Yeah, a lot of murders and shit like that. Nothing crazy, but I thought, it's Reno. There's got to be something stupid, So I find out there's an outlaw gang called the Reno Gang, and they were like hung, and I was like, oh, cool, like a Western.
Damn, they were hung?
Yeah, they were hung like horses. So I'm like, oh, cool, like, like a Western outlaw gang. That should be fun, at least, right? No, their name was the Reno Gang. They were from Indiana.
I think you said this last week.
Yeah, so I just axed that, but I found something. It's a really great history of something. Not going to tell you until we're there.
Okay.
Multiple stories to tell on this, so really good episode next week. So, but if you want to find us on socials, YouTube is @learningcurvepod, Instagram is @learningcurve.podcast, Twitter is @learncurvepod. Oh my god! Speaking of Instagram, Juggalo tattoo artist was liking our fucking
shut the fuck up
Clown Posse videos today.
Dude, Insane Clown Posse is gonna be at Aftershock.
I might be going to Aftershock, not because of that.
I looked at tickets for Aftershock because Suicide Boys is gonna be there, and I was like, well, I haven't seen them in like 2 years. Maybe I'll go see them again. And
they're expensive, aren't they?
They're fucking expensive. I thought Aftershock was like a smaller festival, but it was like 600, like Coachella ticket prices for the whole 4 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, maybe I just go on Saturday because that's the day where the people are going to be playing.
Yeah.
And it was still $300. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's $300 for a day ticket?
It was like $240 something.
That's crazy.
But like after taxes and fees and all that.
We're going to Outside Lands, and the lineup this year is pretty good, but it's also 2 weeks before my wedding. Mm-hmm. So I was like, better not spend a weekend drunk off my ass in Golden Gate Park 2 weeks before my wedding.
Yeah.
But Joe Keery's playing, and I was like, I would go see Joe Keery, get a day pass. And coincidentally, most of the artists that I want to see at Outside Lands for this year's lineup are playing on the same day as him. So we bought a day pass for Saturday, and I was talking to Sean, and I was like, what is like your cutoff for a ticket? And he was like, like $250. And I was like, we paid $450 for the weekend when we went. What do you mean $250?
Finances change.
And so, yeah, they did actually. But I went to buy the tickets and they were $250. Sure enough. And I was like, well,
did he look them up beforehand?
Huh?
Did he look them up beforehand?
No, they didn't have the prices available beforehand. But I was flabbergasted that a single day ticket was $250. I was like, this is crazy. It should be like $150, $175.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway, Twitter, Learning Curve Pod, Bluesky, learningcurvepod.bsky.social. TikTok is @learningcurvepod. Bodhi's Twitch is shrink3dink. My Twitch is chefcram_. Might be doing some Red Dead stuff this week if I can get my Wi-Fi situation sorted out. We'll see. But we'll be in Reno next week. Yippee! Got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Bye.
Bye.